heard from your parent or parents? I know that I did. Why can't you be an adult? Why can't you grow up? I've said it to my son. It's passed on, by genetics or something. But I'm fascinated because I think in adult speak, as an adult, when we say grow up, be an adult, what we mean is be responsible, make good decisions, do what's right. Because somehow we equate that with being an adult. Really? So I guess I'm thinking that if adults really are making good decisions, doing what's right, and being responsible, then why do we have war? And pollution, and poverty, and crime, and the wasting of natural resources? That list goes on and on and on. So I'm thinking that somehow adults aren't doing it. So I'm going to state what probably has never been said to a graduating class in my 10 years here at Fairview High School. I'm going to tell you to be responsible, make good decisions, do what's right, and don't grow up. Don't be an adult. Because I believe that maybe if you allow yourself still to be a kid, to cling to the child that's still inside of you, that maybe you'll be better role models. You'll be better people, and hopefully give us a better future. Rachel Carson puts it this way: a child's world is fresh and new and beautiful, full of wonder and excitement. It is our misfortune that most of us, that this clear-eyed vision, that true instinct of what is beautiful and awe-inspiring, is dimmed and even lost before we reach childhood. I believe as you don't grow up, and as you choose not to be adults, I'm going to ask you to think back on what makes a good kid. I think there's 3 qualities among many that makes children such powerful people in our world. They care for the things that are truly right and the things that truly matter. They play the game just for fun, and they take risks. Now I'm going to use my sons as they grow up as my examples today. Now I won't tell you which son is which one, to protect the innocent. So we'll just say one of my kids. Talking about caring for what really matters and what's really true and good. It was a family vacation. One of my sons was 4, in Portland, Oregon. If you've been to Portland, odds are it's going to rain. And so it was raining that afternoon, so we decided we'd go back to the hotel room and just kind of hang out. For those of you who've been on vacations, you know what that looks like. That means you're sitting on the bed, channel surfing. And as we were channel surfing, the movie Castaway came on. Now, for those of you who remember the movie Castaway, it's one with Tom Hanks, where either the UPS or the FedEx plane crashes, he's washed on shore with all the boxes from the plane, and he survives until he eventually builds a boat and escapes from the island. Now, as an adult, you're looking at it from, wow, he had that abscess tooth that he knocks out with an ice skate, or what's in all those boxes? Will he ever get back together with Helen Hunt? And will that boat really make it past the breakers? This seems all too far-fetched for me. But I remember as we were watching it, I turned and saw my son, who had tears streaming down his face. I said, what's wrong? Why are you so sad? Because he was a child and he saw what really mattered. He said, isn't it so sad that his only friend is a volleyball? I had never thought about that, ever watching that movie. I mean, you see it, it's got the handprint, they made little eyes and the face on it. But it's like, big deal. But my son said, it breaks my heart. He has only one friend. As you choose not to grow up, remember it's friends that matter. It's family that matters. And making sure that people are connected to one another, that's what matters. Play the game for the sake of playing the game. I played high school and college soccer. I've coached at the high school level. I've coached at the club level, and it is us as adults and as parents that do something to you When you're 2, 3, 4, and 5, you just play to play. No one really keeps score. But then something happens. We put you on a rec team until we think you're too good, and we put you on the competitive team. And then what we do is we play the game of, I don't understand why my kid's not playing more than that kid. And we look for different coaches and different opportunities because it's all about the win. Really, it's all about just playing the game. Now, one of my greatest disappointments in life, no, it really isn't. My sons don't play soccer. You want them to carry on your footsteps, but they just don't have a passion for the game. And that's okay. But they both played soccer as kids, and then one of them was playing soccer, and he thought, I'm going to be like Dad. His dad was a keeper. And so he said, I'm going to play keeper. So he played keeper one game. He played for a half of the game. Because they took 6 shots on him, they scored 5 goals. It's not a real high percentage for a goalie. And as a parent, at first, you do the thing like, oh, come on, try harder. And you start getting embarrassed because the other parents are looking at you like, we could be winning the game if your son wasn't playing. And then your humanity comes in and goes, well, I should probably give him a hug as he comes off because he's got to feel bad about himself. But you know what? He was still about 7, and it was about the game. Because he comes off and goes, God, that was so much fun. It took me a couple years to kind of understand that it was that fun. But it was fun for him because he was playing the game. It wasn't who won, who had the most goals, who had the most touchdowns, who had the most scores, who lost. It was just about playing the game. So as you choose not to be adults and never to grow up, just play the game. And finally, kids take risks. Something happens to us as we get older. Maybe it's because we become brittle and weak and pathetic, or just sissies. But we had to calculate everything, like, okay, if I jump down 4 feet, is that going to hurt my knees? Or I really can't swing on the swing and jump off because I might blow out an ankle, and then you have insurance, and we've got to pay $300 for the deductible. And for some reason, we begin to lose the ability to take a risk because we have to calculate and think through it. When you were a kid, did you even think for a moment when you're on the swing set, swinging as high as you could, what would happen if you jumped off? You just jumped. Or if you jumped off a wall that was 6 feet tall and you were only 3'6", you didn't even think about it. It's like me jumping off a 12-foot wall. No way. Because I've become an adult. Had a swing set in the backyard. Had the double swings, had the little fort, had this slide that went like this. One day one of my sons asked, where's the duct tape, Dad? It's in the garage. Now, then you begin to think, because the adult mind kicks on, why is he using the duct tape? And so I looked outside, and he had taken the little swing seat off and duct taped it to his feet. And he was on the top of the fort where the slide began. And I didn't have time to go, no. But he went right down that slide on his, his made-up snowboard, woof, 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 and slid out in the yard, the whole time screaming and laughing because it was the greatest thing in the world, to take the risk. What would I have done? I would have run up and said, stop. But I shouldn't say stop because it's okay to take a risk. Life is an adventure. Stay a kid and take risks. As you leave Fairview High School, we've given you lots of knowledge and wisdom. Your parents have done great jobs with you. So I will ask you to make good decisions. I will ask you to be responsible, and I will ask you to do the right thing. But I'm also going to enforce my first belief that I don't want you to grow up. I don't want you to be adults.